Welcome back to more action from the 888 Poker Weber Cup 13 at the Barnsley Metrodome, and for the first time in this year's matchup, the USA have moved out to a 3-point lead. They lead Team Europe by 10-7, courtesy of a fantastic game by Bill O'Neill in the last match to defeat Dominic Barrett. So there really is a lot to play for in this final singles, and Team Europe's Stuart Williams is going to have to play very well indeed against the USA captain Chris Barnes if he's going to stop the Americans moving to a 4-point lead. And it's a 4-point lead, Cass Edwards, that will be very difficult to overcome if they do manage to get there. And this man, Stuart Williams, has got to try and stop them.
Yes, indeed. The man that is the first English bowler ever to win a PBA title in the United States. His second time here in the Weber Cup. Ranked 12 on the World 10-pin Bowling Masters World Tour. So no mean feat there, but he's up against the man we know as Superman.
Yeah, he's done a good job as Stuart Williams so far on his Weber Cup recall, but he is up against the son of Jor-El. Just nipped off to the nearest phone box to get changed for this one, and the 42-year-old from Double Oak in Texas has performed very well at this Weber Cup. He carries that role of captaincy and bowler so well.
As if he's out on a Saturday afternoon stroll. Yes, it just doesn't faze him whatsoever. He's been there, he's done it all. He's won 14 professional titles in the United States and almost as many in Europe and around the rest of the world.
And here to watch their heroes, some youngsters from the Sunderland Bowling Club, enjoying themselves here in Barnsley, quite rightly so. It will be the American captain Chris Barnes to open up. Hasn't played unusually, he hasn't played a lot of singles so far in this fixture. But if ever he needed to deliver, this is the moment. And well, there's the usual post-shot analysis from Professor Barnes, but it's a strike and it looked pretty good to me.
He may be saying to himself, if this lane's going to give me that much area, I'm going to have a big score here, because that looks so simple, didn't it? And he is the man on top form at the moment. He's just won the first world singles title in Cyprus, and then followed on to win the Columbia 300 event in Vienna, and he's just come here on the way home to start the next PBA tour next month in the United States.
Oh, and Williams very, very lucky there not to leave a shocker.
A kind of tentative start by Williams there. It was a very soft shot off the hand. Didn't have too much momentum with it. As you say, fortunate to break up the 7-10. That's got some work to do, and my word, how close was that to being an open frame?
Millimetres.
Almost dropped straight in the channel, but you can see the funny side of it. But had it gone in the channel, it would have counted as a 0, and he would not be smiling. This is not quite directed properly. Look at this. The ball's actually almost in the channel when it hits. Very, very fortunate.
Well, what we like about Stuart Williams is he's no respecter of reputation. He'll go after anybody. He's tenacious. But it's whether Chris Barnes will let him do so. Now, that one really was one that he got away with.
That's the lucky one, if he can hit another 10 strikes. That was, yeah, it got off his hand. It's gone way too wide to the right. It's picked up some lane on, and it's just stayed there. It's trying hard to get back up there. It hits the head pin. There's a bit of mixing on the left-hand side, and eventually that 10-pin goes, but only just.
Yeah, and Q7 other pro bowlers involved in this event looking on saying, well, hang on, when I hit the pocket, why doesn't that happen to me? Koivuniemi amongst them. That's much better from Stuart Williams. Nice little adjustment there, just straightened the ball up, got it into the pocket. Good controlled pace.
Yes, I think the pace on that was the important factor. Got it down the lane before it started to break too much, and reaped the benefits, got a strike.
Barnes, we've talked about this before, can be guilty of a little over-analysis at times when it comes to his game. And I do think that sometimes counts against him with some of those adjustments that he makes. I mean, far be it from me, a lay bowler, to call that, but you can just see it in Barnes' face sometimes.
You can almost see the cogs going around in his mind, can't you? Thinking about adjustments he maybe have to make in a couple of shots' time, and what's the lane doing now, and what will it do next ball, and if I move just one ball there with my feet and move my eyes somewhere else. Unfortunately, he's left the 2 and the 8-pin sleeper. Covers it nicely. It's a good-looking spare after 2 strikes in a row. There's a chance for Williams to come back and hit another strike and retain the lead.
I like Williams' last strike. I think he threw the first ball as if there were something else extra that he needed to do on this particular lane condition. And after he'd thrown it, he realised that actually there's a route to that pocket that doesn't require too much work. It requires the right pace and some accuracy. Kept it simple, kept it sweet.
Yes, Simon, pace and accuracy and repeatability. Some of the factors that need to be learnt and mastered by these bowlers. A little bit light in the pocket, and he's got a lot of mixture there on the left-hand side of the pin deck, but he's not going to worry about that. It's 2 strikes in a row, and you can tell what it means to Stuart.
It's great to see that reaction in amongst all the camaraderie and the friendly joking about between the two teams. They're desperate to win this. And, well, that's classic Chris Barnes. I've just watched you throw a strike there. I think I'll do the same.
Yes, he's certainly a good learner, and these guys do watch one another because they're both right-handers, and if one's striking and the other one's not, then there is something to learn. Something to watch out for. He's got his nose in front. If he can strike here to maintain the lead, it will be 3 strikes in a row if he can go there.
Fantastic looking strike.
You can't really argue about that. That really was an absolute perfect strike. Laid it down the lane, lots of rotation, into the right zone. Walk away. Just watch this. It's almost effortless. Just gets out to the perfect mark at about 42, 43 feet. Turns up beautifully and carries all 10 pins. Stuart showing some of the style that won him that first tournament on the PBA Tour. And other massive wins that he's had around Europe and the rest of the world.
Yeah, Chris Barnes, a multi-talented sportsman, wants to go on to become a high school basketball coach when the professional bowling career comes to an end. He's a member of the PBA, the Professional Bowling Association. He's also a member of the PPA, the Professional Putting Association. He's actually won some pretty big money tournaments in televised putting. And he's on his way to a pretty good score here, but will it be enough against Stuart Williams, who does look to be locked in on this lane? Stuart Williams also plays lawn bowls and likes his golf and pool and snooker. And again, it's all about the target sports with these guys and getting back to that repeatability factor. Big ball here for Williams, just trying to turn 3 into 4. And I'm afraid the spectre of that 7-10 that we nearly saw raise its ugly head in frame 1 is now up and screaming at the Team Europe bowler.
He can't believe that the 7 and 10 have been left. I mean, it wasn't that bad a shot. Wasn't perfect in the pocket, but he would have accepted one of these. But unfortunately, they stand there like solid goalposts, don't they? Likely to be an open frame. He's going to go hard and fast, and he's missed them both. Pretty unfortunate frame there at the halfway stage for Stuart Williams.
Stuart slowly losing ground on the American captain, but he does have the support of one American. Before the match, Tony caught up with Williams' #1 fan.
Okay, I'm here with an American cheering for Team Europe. This is Tina. Explain to us your story.
Well, Stuart is my boyfriend, so I'm always going to support him 100% whenever he's playing, so I'm Team Europe this week.
Yeah, but does it feel a bit weird not supporting your own country here in Barnsley?
It does, and the US guys have been giving me extra crap because I actually played for Team USA for a couple of years, which makes it a little bit worse. But, you know, sometimes you have to follow your heart, and that's what I'm doing.
Absolutely. And how do you think Stuart's playing? Because he's looking really growing in confidence all the time, isn't he?
Yeah, he's playing amazing. I mean, he's gotten a few bad breaks, like last night where he lost 275 to 279.
And how are the crowd reacting to an American in their midst supporting the home team?
I don't think very many people know, but the ones that do, I think that's what's given us the extra edge.
Now that we've chatted, they will. Tina, lovely to meet you.
You too.